Awesome sauce.
I'll let you know when the first person comes in and like what their name is.
Okay. Cool.
Bonnie and I did this, and then she was like, "Hi, Karen."
Yeah, perfect. It's so funny not being able to like see them.
Oh, you're okay, Matt. You're okay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, Steph's on. Steph, where are you?
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Steph. Yay, I just texted you back. Fine, we'll take a day trip to Colorado.
Welcome to Arizona. So nice of you to join us.
Kevin's.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you for joining us.
Woo woo.
I put all the supplies in the chat.
Okay.
And we know a few people are joining on, but we've got all the supplies you need in the chat. You'll have time to get them if you, while we're doing it, but if you have a minute right now to go ahead and grab your vinegar and a clear cup and a seashell or chalk to start off, that's the first one we need. So if you want to grab that.
Most definitely. And at some point you will need a towel. So grab a towel. If you can do that now, it's fine. If not, you will have time later on. So 1 or 2 towels as well. And we'll go over everything in just a second. Give people some time.
Offer on.
Nope.
Got it. Ba-da-da-da. That's so pretty. I really want these ones. These little lights.
Erin from Australia.
Erin from Australia. That's amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Do you know about the nonprofit? You're from Australia. That's awesome.
Yeah, she was on a couple of our meetup calls.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
Ask Erin if her kids are playing.
Are your kids joining, Erin?
If you guys are participating in doing the science projects and not just watching, we're maybe going to get to spotlight some of your projects. So make sure you guys are getting those out and ready so we can show those off.
Yeah, and something that you can do also if you have little sticks or anything fun that you want to add to your snowman, you can also bring that too.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Elsa, ladies and gentlemen. I actually wanted to try.
Vanessa, Chrissy, welcome to our Science Earth Day project.
Pretend I'm wearing a bow tie.
And pretend I'm in a shark costume. How's the audio? Can you guys hear us okay?
Wilder says, "Hi, Auntie Nile."
Hi, buddy.
Audio's great.
Okay, good. Yay. So everybody did hear me sing. Good.
Let them know I'm here, and if they need anything, just put it in the chat.
Bree is here in managing all of the chat rooms. So if you guys have questions, put them in there and she'll let us know what's going on. Or if you need us to slow down or repeat anything, just know that we're reading the chat box if you want to send us any of your questions, comments, or anything you're super excited about because it's Earth Day.
Earth Day.
Erin has her kids.
Oh, yay.
Danielle, Bonnie's on.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hi,
Hey, girls.
Bonnie.
You show. These are.
Chef is in the house.
Maria's on too.
Maria, yay.
I hope
know
your kids are.
they're here. She said they were coming.
And Kira.
Kira, yeah.
Oh, there's Sopapilla.
Are you joining?
Oh, the cat's very interested about Earth Day shenanigans.
She's been exploring the earth in our neighborhood lately.
Oh, she keeps jumping over the fence. She's a house cat. She's not prepared for the street.
She made a cat friend, which is our neighbor's cat.
Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Huh?
This
Like my sister Jasmine. Hi, Jazzy.
Oh, Jazzy.
And Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Wait, which
My
Sam?
Oh, wait, which?
You're Sam.
Oh, hi, Dad.
I was like, Florida Sam?
Ashlyn and Cameron.
Hi.
Hey, Camry.
Camry, one of these days, you and I need to do a video in person together. I was thinking maybe whenever we can go to California.
Yeah, all your planting has really inspired us. She wants me to get her a garden box.
I know, I've been telling her for a while, and she's like, oh.
Danielle asked how messy it is. Talk about the towel.
Yeah, so the ocean project won't be as messy at all, but the snowman will be a little bit messy. It depends on how much snow you're actually wanting to make. So I would recommend at least one towel, if not two.
If you're anything like me, it's definitely, have a towel. Don't do it on anything too fancy, but it's probably going to be only as messy as you make it, or those of you with kids, you might want to grab a towel. But
so Dad, if you are doing the project, I would not recommend doing it in your living room, FYI.
Does shaving gel
does it lather up when you,
Yeah.
if the gel lathers up when you rub it, you might just need to lather it before you mix it with the cornstarch.
Yeah, it might have a little bit of a different effect if it is gel, but like she said, lather it. Or if you have conditioner, conditioner also may be an okay thing to use.
Yeah, and you guys can just give us our feedback and let us know if those things actually worked or not.
That's what she said. We'll try and let you know.
Cool.
Vanessa said, does it matter what kind of vinegar or salt I use for the ocean project? I have red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar.
That's a great question. I'm glad you actually brought that up. So the more acidic you want. So apple cider vinegar is pretty acidic, so that should be fine. Anything that's 5% or more, just because that's going to give you more of a dramatic effect on the shell or the chalk. So anything that's at least over 5% acidity.
We need salt.
Yeah, we don't have to though. So if they want to do 1 cup with just salt water.
We'll just give it like 2 more minutes.
I don't know that part of this experiment.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't going to do.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get started in about 2 minutes, letting some other people come back in. I just turned the audio off for a second because I realized there was a piece of the experiment that I didn't know about. So I'm just catching myself up to speed. Probably, maybe some of you know I'm a teacher, but for the last 9 years before this year I teach theater. The 9 years before I was primarily a reading teacher. I only taught science for 1 year. Because science involves a lot of pre-planning and organizing and all the ingredients and things, materials. That's not really my thing, but it's her thing. So today we're combining our superpowers, her love of science and my love of teaching and being able to demonstrate. So,
yes.
So I might make some scientifical errors. Scientifical? That might be an error too. Welcome to the free entertainment.
You could do the other half of my heart.
But yeah, maybe just 1 more minute and then we'll really get cruising. So
Yeah.
in this last minute, we're starting first with the ocean acidification one. So if you want to grab your clear cup, your seashell, and your vinegar, you don't have to have salt, but if you do, she's going to tell you about that. But gather those things up first, and we're 60 seconds and counting.
Perfect. Hi, Soap. Are you animals all confused? Look at all 3 of them down here. Huh?
It's our anniversary.
Yeah, it's our anniversary.
I'm just going to bring all these up.
Okay.
Okay.
This is for the arms of the snowman, and I was thinking for the face.
Okay.
If it actually is going to stick that hard. Hey, buddy.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go for it. So I kind of already introduced myself. I'm Sandra, and I happen to fall in love with this one who's crazy about Earth and the environment, and she's been teaching me a lot, and she wanted to teach you guys today, and I'm just lucky enough to get to be here. So
Yeah.
take it away.
All right, so for starters, I'm Nile. For those that don't know me, I'm one of the lead advocates here for OH in Phoenix. Like she said, I am a science freak, I guess you can say, or just a love of nature. So first and foremost, it's Earth Day for those that don't know that. Drum roll, please.
Earth Day.
Happy birthday, Earth. So something kind of interesting to me, which is what I want to highlight on a little bit, is our planet is billions of years old. Not millions, not thousands, but billions, which is a long, long time. And we're only now celebrating it for 50 years. So I just want to kind of touch bases on how Earth Day even became to be a thing. So 50 years ago today, so April 22nd of 1970, so back in my dad's time, Earth Day started. And it started with one gentleman, and I apologize if you can hear my dogs in the background. They're also excited. But it started 50 years ago from an individual named Gaylord Nelson. Now, Gaylord Nelson was he was a politician, a U.S. senator in Wisconsin, and he was a very big advocate for the planet. So he actually started a huge environmental movement in the 70s, which actually sparked Earth Day. So back in the 70s, Gaylord Nelson, he was so empowered by wanting to get things moving with the planet, which a lot of people realized that the 70s was the big era for hippies and peace. So he actually had a big deal, and like Sandra, she's a little hippie. So he had a big deal with that whole era, which is now something that we're doing to this day. So in the 70s, Earth Day started, and 20 million people, which was 10% of what the US population was at that time, started marching in the streets to celebrate the Earth. And we actually see things like this happening now. So Greta Thunberg, for example, she's a 16-year-old advocate of the planet that you see starting global movements. So just imagine what one person can do. Those both, start with one person. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with our first project. Sandra, want to kick it off?
Yeah. So this first project has to do with how important our ocean is, and how even though we live on land, the ocean is important for us sustaining our life. And Nile knows more about that than I do. But what I wanted to demonstrate for you is this jar as an actual visual. So if this jar were to represent all of Earth, then I'm going to put in all of our planet Earth. I'm going to put in all these rocks, and these rocks represent land. So this is about 25%. Do I need to hit later on this or anything, or is it fine?
Yeah. It's good though.
It's good? Leave it? Okay. So this right here represents the amount of land that we have on our entire planet. And the rest of our entire planet is water.
Yeah, so that's a really great visual that Sandra just set up here for you. So if you can see this, it's 25% land, 75% water, which is also funny that our bodies are made of the same kind of material. So we are 75% water and the rest other stuff. So why we're focusing on this little piece here is really important, because 75% of our planet is water, which means a large majority of that is what? The ocean, right? So the oceans are the majority of our planet, and only 5% of our oceans have actually been discovered, 5 to 7. So that's a lot. So she's gonna go ahead and move that. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into our ocean acidification project. Now, the reason why ocean acidification is something that we're gonna highlight on is because since the ocean is the majority of our planet, and the ocean acidification that's going on right now is really kind of disrupting a lot of life, we're gonna see what the kind of impact will be like.
And even I learned a lot by doing this myself and just thinking about why acid would be so harmful. So what you want right now is your shell. So take whichever shell you want to use. We have a couple different options here, but we're going to use this shell today. So take a look at your shell, and we're going to start off with some observations. So notice, please, what color your shell is. And if you have a piece of paper to write it down so you remember, great. If you don't, Yes, you can definitely use chalk too. The chalk will have the same effect. So if you have a piece of chalk or your shell, but either way, notice the color, notice the shape, notice any ridges, and you can write it down or you can take a photo of it. Just to kind of, a lot of scientists like to keep logs of their work so that they can keep track of it. So make sure you have some sort of log of what your shell looked like before, and even notice what it feels like. You can write down the way it feels, and don't forget to do the back or the side, or if you're using a shell like this that's round, you can talk about the ridges and how they feel. And same with a piece of chalk. Like maybe measure how big your piece of chalk is. Because chalk and shells are similar.
Yeah, so like she was saying, they're very similar. Why you can use chalk, which a lot of people will wonder, is because they both have calcium and different things that are made of the same material. So if you are going to use this type of a shell, there's chambers in here. And it's going to have a different effect on a shell that would look more like this, more flat shell. So definitely notice those small pieces of characteristics and so forth. I would recommend writing it down. It's kind of fun. So what I would do is write down before you put the shell in the acid, see your description, write it down, and then an hour from now, you can even write it down a little bit, and then 12 hours, write it down. So it's like actually a 24-hour project. So if you have a visual and you write down to see how each process is changing each hour, that's really cool because you're gonna see some great details and changes. So all the way up into 24 hours is what I recommend because you're gonna see the most dramatic effect by that time. So now Sandra's gonna go ahead and again, we have our acid here, or your vinegar. She's gonna go ahead and fill that up with halfway of vinegar.
I'm gonna fill it up halfway with vinegar. And if you see, you can make a chart similar to ours. We made a T-chart here today. And the T-chart has, the before, the after, and I wrote down a few notes of what it feels like, that it has ridges, that it's sturdy, and the colors on the front and back, and about how big it is. So if you wanted to take note of those same qualities on whatever you're using. Okay, yeah.
So while she's doing that, and then she's going to then place our shell inside of our acidic ocean that we're making. And then I think Vanessa brought up the salt part. So yes, if you do have the salt, you're not gonna put the salt in this one. So that's where your second glass is gonna come to play. So if you have your second glass, go ahead and fill that glass up also with halfway filled water, and you can just put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of salt in there because that's gonna represent the ocean. So
probably a tablespoon.
Yeah.
So Kevin has a question. He has his hand raised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow him to talk. So we
Okay.
say, hey Kevin, we're gonna turn on your microphone.
Yeah.
Kevin, we're turning on your microphone so we can hear your question. Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah, we can't hear you yet.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my daughter, she pressed the mute button. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on here?
Hi.
Okay. Yo, how's it going? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing awesome. Are you guys having fun?
Awesome. We appreciate this, especially something give the kids a little activity to do.
Good. Well, I hope that they enjoy it. So yeah, if they have, do they have seashells or chalk?
So we're gonna do seashells.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're gonna have a really good effect with the seashells for sure.
Yeah, my daughter, she was mad at me because we went to a little lake. I forgot what lake it was. It's literally like right around the corner. But I threw some of the seashells back, and she's like, "You put them back. I need them now."
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Super excited.
So if you have you want to do 2 glasses, one with salt water and one with vinegar, just to do a comparison, you might add another layer into your T-chart. Today we're just going to show this one.
Right.
And we'll be able to look back at it at the end too.
So why this is important about ocean acidification, now you may not see a huge difference right away, right? We just put it in there. But you can even start to see how there's a little bit of bubbles starting to pop up off of the shells. So as time goes by, you're going to start to see that not just bubbles are going to come up off the shell. You are going to go ahead and see little pieces of the shell itself. So the color might start to change within an hour. You might start to see funny looking film at the top over here. So go ahead and take a look at that when you start looking at your seashells, okay? Now, if you have your glass that has salt water, like she said, see the comparison. You're not gonna see a whole lot of difference compared to how the vinegar is gonna be. So why are we doing this project? So what we are doing here, we're showing a small, I guess you can say,
well, let me ask you this way, Nile.
Sure.
Why is it bad if there's acid in the ocean that breaks the shells down? What does that do to our ocean when the shells are breaking down?
Yeah, so what happens, why ocean acidification even happens is because our oceans start to absorb all of the carbon that's out in the atmosphere. So because we burn things like fossil fuels, which could be like coal, oil, gas, and it's getting really bad with how industries are expanding, we're doing more burning on those things. So the more we burn and the more that carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere, the oceans, which are again the majority of our planet, are absorbing all of that. So our oceans are dark, right? So the more that the ocean starts to absorb all of that carbon that's in the atmosphere, some scientists may say, well, it's a good thing that there's not that much carbon in the atmosphere, but all that carbon is getting released into the ocean. And when the carbon actually hits the ocean, the chemistry difference is not a very good combo. So the ocean starts to break down all of that carbon and it dilutes it. And when it dilutes it, little tiny pieces start to release, and all these animals like crabs, clams, oysters, hard coral, things like that, their body has a lot of calcium and other material that all of this starts to break it down, and it's really bad for them. Do we have a question? Yeah.
Bonnie Love has a question.
Sure. Hello, Miss Love. Do you have a question, Bonnie?
No? Okay.
Oh.
Well, just put it in some, like a 2-sentence basic. Why is it bad when these shells break down?
Because when these shells start to break down, the animals don't do so well. So these animals, they have a hard time protecting themselves. They have a hard time actually growing to full adulthood, which actually affects the food chain in great ways. So it affects plankton, it affects larger animals, so even mammals that are in the ocean that eat these things. Those are going to be affected because their food source is going to start to go away. So we have a whole thing, it's a whole domino effect of animals becoming extinct pretty much. And the last time that we saw this happening was like over 2 million years ago, and it's happening again now, so it's pretty important.
Hey, we're gonna do the quickest magic trick. Everybody turn 4 circles around, and we're gonna pretend 24 hours have gone by, and I will show you guys our shell that we had prepared for you. So 4 times spinning, and go. I just snorted. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
I'm dizzy.
I am too. And voila, this is what, can we shift back to this one? Sorry. This is what the shell looked like 24 hours for the one that we had done. So you can kind of see, here we go.
Perfect.
It has deteriorated. The ridges aren't the same. There are holes. There is no possible way that an animal could make this shell a home and survive and protect itself against the things that a shell is supposed to protect that animal from. So be excited, because tomorrow you'll get some results, something like this, that you can take a look at.
Yeah, so see all those little tiny shell holes? That's all from the acid. And that acid is just burning straight through their shells, which is really painful and not so cool, right?
Okay. All right, so that wraps up that first one, and we're going to move on to a couple of questions and then our next experiment, which should be so fun.
Yes.
So we know now our oceans are important, and there's some things that I'm sure a lot of you guys want to know. What can you do to protect the ocean and protect our environment? So we have on our poster, we have 3 things listed. 1, reduce plastic use. 2, conserve water. And 3, reduce
food.
It's hard to read. Reduce food waste. So be thinking about those things, because when we close up after our next experiment, we're going to ask you guys what ideas you have, and we're going to share what ideas we personally have and what ideas Only Human has been putting into action to show how much we care for the environment as well.
Yeah, so we can write some of yours down. Awesome.
So next project is how we can take care of our Earth's air conditioner. And we're from Phoenix, so air conditioning is the only reason that we can actually live in this state. But Nile taught it to my students last year about our Earth also has an air conditioner that we couldn't live without. So tell them a little bit about that, and then we can make snow.
Perfect. I know we're all excited about that. So really quick, before I even go into that, who knows or wants to take a guess at what our planet's natural AC unit is? So we'll go ahead and play a bit of Jeopardy, wait a little bit. We
Yeah,
can
if you
answer
have
that.
any ideas, put them in the chat box. What are our planet's air conditioning units?
Danielle Shepherd's an atmosphere.
Danielle
Okay.
Shepherd, atmosphere.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. So Shep says atmosphere. What else do we
He
have?
said the ocean.
The ocean.
The ocean
Okay.
as our Earth's
Glacier says Bonnie.
Glaciers. That's a good one. And we'll do a couple more.
Polar bear farts.
Polar bear.
I really wanted to entertain that one.
You know, maybe once
Ozone.
the ozone. That's a good one.
Or the wind.
All important things. So those are really great observations that you guys have, good ideas that you guys have. So a little bit of mostly everything that was listed. Our atmosphere is something that's extremely important. We actually have 5 layers of our atmosphere, if you guys didn't know that. And
But what are the AC units?
I know, and we're gonna
I'm dying
get
to
there.
know.
I know. So that does have a part to do with it because the atmosphere protects the units. But the real AC units are the Arctic and Antarctica. So we have 2 AC units. We have one on the southern hemisphere, one on the southern hemisphere, and one on the northern hemisphere. So yes, as we can see here, we have one up top and one below. So why are these things important? So when the Earth rotates and the sun's beating down, well, these 2 things are the only thing that's helping keep our planet cool and keep it regulated with our proper temperature. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to live here. It's too hot. So again, back to when the planet was getting warmer and things weren't living very long in the Pliocene period, we didn't have those regions. So if we don't have those regions, things are going to start to go extinct. And right now, they're starting to go away. So things are starting to melt. So our next project is we are going to make snow in hopes that we're going to help keep those polar regions. So now Sandra's going to explain what things you're going to need, and we're going to start making some cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to celebrate Earth Day this way. Okay, so you need a container of cornstarch. So any kind of cornstarch will do. We found this one at the store, and we also found this cornstarch, keeping in mind that it's okay if it's not full. It just, the amount you add in will equate to the amount of snow you make. And then some shaving cream. Just as a heads up, if you don't have shaving cream, you can try it with conditioner. That could possibly work. And if you have the gel, somebody mentioned they have shaving cream gel. I'm thinking if you lather it up and get it all foamy first, that it will work.
Yep.
And then the only other thing you need is probably your towel now, especially if you have kiddos or you are a kiddo yourself.
Like me.
You might put a towel out to kind of protect your area or just take it little by little, but we have a big clear bowl and the ingredients, and the only other ingredients, not necessarily ingredients, but little things.
Little add-ons.
Because Nile wants to decorate hers, so we have some little sticks and Skittles to try to decorate our snowman.
And one thing I will say, especially with the cornstarch being the thicker piece of this project, you're going to want to add that first, just because that's the base. And then once you start to add in the shower or the shaving cream or the conditioner, that's going to start to make it fluffy. Yeah.
What are we stirring it with? Is this something you can stir with your hands, or should we get a spoon?
Great question. So I personally am a very big hand person, so I want to get down and dirty. So I'm going to use my hands. If your mom or if you yourself don't want you to use hands, sure, use a spoon. I do think that you will have more fun using it with your hands.
All right. All right. I don't know how to do this one, so show us.
All right, so we'll use the ones already open first. All right, so everyone, you have your towel, your bowl. So we're gonna start adding things, okay?
That's a lot.
It is a lot because we're gonna make multiple snowmen.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Can they
go-
add half of that if they wanted to? Just start with a small batch?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can add, like I said, as much as you want. It just depends on how much snow you want to do, right? I'm gonna shake my can up a little bit just because it's gonna be a fluffier effect. Or Sandra, you can actually do it while I start mixing it. How's that?
12, 01, 18.
We have our towel ready as well.
All right, are we going for it? Okay, I don't know if you guys have done it yet, but as a team, if you haven't, let's do it. 3.
One,
Oh,
two.
that just shows who Nile and I are. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh.
Keep going.
You guys, science is cool.
It is. Perfect. So we're gonna start mixing it.
It's fluffy.
It's starting to get fluffy.
Oh my gosh.
You may have to end up adding some more shaving cream because we don't have enough.
Oh my goodness.
Does it look awesome? Is everybody doing okay on theirs?
wait.
Anybody have any questions we can answer?
Does anyone want to show them the project?
Hey, and yeah, as we're like getting this going, oh boy, yeah, the towel was a real thing. But
Told you.
we want to see what kind of messes and awesome science you guys have. If there's anybody who wants us to show their screen so we can see the snow you're making,
Yeah, just raise your hand.
yeah, put it in the chat box or raise your hand, and we'll spotlight your snow. Happy Earth Day.
We're gonna save our planet one way or the other, right?
And don't forget that in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be asking you guys your ideas on what you personally are going to be able to do in your own life to, okay, I want to touch it, in your own life to help save. What? Maybe I should have taught science all these years. That's cool.
See, science is fun.
All right, anybody out there willing and brave enough to show your screen, show us your snow?
We're checking in at Ashlyn right now.
Ashlyn, woohoo!
Hi, Ashley.
Don't know her? Yeah.
Hi, say hi. Happy birthday.
Hi. Are you
Happy
guys
Earth
having
Day.
fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? So cool.
Ashlyn, it's so good to see you.
I know, you look awesome.
Thanks.
Hi, guys.
Fun to do this.
What are you going to name your snowman, guys? You have a name for it yet?
Chocolate chip? That's what you're naming yours, Eli? No.
Great name.
Chocolate chip.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
All right, we're getting Bonnie in here.
Okay, we're about to see Bonnie's screen. Thanks, Ashlyn.
So cool. Thanks, guys.
Oh, so cute. Woohoo.
Starting to feel cool? Does anybody like the feeling of it?
Sorry, my hands were really dirty. I had to wash them.
No worries. It happens.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, guys.
Let's see. Can you try to make a little snowball?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Your hands look like mine. And you look like a snow princess. What are you wearing?
A pirate outfit.
Wow, you are
Oh.
the coolest one I've ever seen.
We got Danielle here.
Oh, look at Shaq.
Hey, look at that snow.
Hi. Okay, so our gel did work,
Perfect.
and then we did conditioner, and it is working. It's a little bit different consistency.
Yeah, a little bit
Okay.
different. A little more.
It's
So are
just
you guys
because she poured in way too much conditioner and not enough cornstarch.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be real balanced
Big
out.
stuff.
That's for sure.
When I rubbed it in
I
my
love it.
All right, we got another one here. I think it's Angie, maybe?
Oh, hi. Is that Vic?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Am I unmuted?
Oh
Are
my
you
gosh.
having fun, buddy?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
having fun?
Can you show us a handful of your snow?
Oh, that's so cool.
awesome.
How fun that you get to make snow inside and you're in Arizona. Isn't that fun?
Do we have one?
Very cool.
And we're done.
Okay,
Awesome.
awesome. So as you guys are playing with your snow and making snowmen or making snowballs or you know, in your bowl, maybe making a snow angel, who knows what you're up to. We're gonna start brainstorming some things. I'm gonna share personally what I'm trying to do to better the planet, and I'm gonna share what Only Human is up to, and then Nile's gonna share what she's up to, and then we wanna hear from you guys to see.
Yeah.
Because majority of my life I'm inspired by all of the other people in the world doing their amazingness. So I'm really excited to kind of leave this feeling inspired from you guys.
Yeah.
But
And it's really cool too when it comes to this because, like she said, the inspiring part is so crucial because even though we are one person, we're really not. We have everybody doing this together. So the more that we can inspire each other, the more impact that we're going to do and the more good we can do. So take a second. Let's make some snowballs.
okay, So I really like to take the bigger dishes and not wash them in the dishwasher so they don't take up as much space, so we don't have to run the dishwasher as many times. And I feel like that is one way to kind of help us save, can conserve water. But then what I noticed is when I'm hand washing dishes, I'm using a lot of water to wash them. So what I've started doing is taking my tub of water when I wash dishes about halfway to save some water there, and rinsing all the dishes at the same time, so I use less water when I'm rinsing them instead of doing it one at a time, which is what I was doing before. So that's how I'm going to try to conserve water. That's my main thing I've been doing at home. Yeah. And I also have been noticing that I wash my hands a lot, and I've been leaving the water running while I wash my hands, like 20 seconds while the water's running. But what I've started to do is like get my hands wet, use the soap, lather, and then turn the water on so that I can save some of the amount of time I have the water turned on. Yeah. It looks like a snow marshmallow.
It does. And something that I wanted to do is also we want to conserve water. So something that Sandra and I do, which may be TMI, but we actually don't even flush our toilet as much as some people. So if you're drinking enough water like you're supposed to, and it's mellow and not brown, then we have this policy of if it's mellow, keep it. If it's brown, flush it down. So we're conserving water that way. Also,
so
like
mortified.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Yep.
If it's yellow,
flush it
let
down.
mellow.
Yeah.
Which, you know, as much as I feel mortified, it is true. It's just the two of us in this household, so we really try our best to make sure that we don't use more water than we have to.
Yeah. And think about it this way too. When it comes to washing your hands, on average, if you wash your hands 12 times a day, and with everything going on right now, hopefully you are, if not more, depending on if you're going outside. 12 times a day, if you're actually doing it for 12 seconds or 20 seconds, that's 25 gallons or a little over 25 liters. I'm sorry, not gallons. So over 25 liters of water per day per person. So that's a lot of water if you can wash your hands, turn the faucet off, lather it up, and then turn back on and rinse it off. Something that I also want to do is I want to start composting. So that's a big thing, especially when it comes down back to our reducing food waste. So we want to start composting, so we're going to be doing that as well.
Composting. I'm nervous about it, but I'm into it.
My snowman keeps falling.
I actually wanted to share a little bit about what Only Human is doing as well, because this is crazy important to me. So we're going to switch sides. Yeah. What we've done as a company is try to make our impact, our footprint a little less on the environment as well. So the postcards that we've been sending out are made from 100% recycled material and 100% recyclable. So it kind of has a double impact now. So the cards, and there's information. So if you order something, you get the information about what we're trying to do to be eco-friendly. Something else fun is our bags are also made from recycled material. And what is cool about them is they have an easy open off the top. And if you want to or need to return it, it has a double seal. So you can cut it through here, seal it again, which will help reduce the amount of bags going out for any returns. And also as another bag if you want to reuse it. So we always have an inspiring message on the bag. So if you're giving a gift to somebody, you could even reuse this bag, and it has our label on it there. So that's one of the things we're doing, and plus we use the cardboard recyclable boxes for the bigger items and the hats that we ship out.
Which is really cool to see, because more companies actually will be saving money too. So using recyclable materials, saving money in your pocket. So it's a win-win for everybody, really. And how cool would that be to receive a package from someone that's reusable? Really cool.
And the other fun thing about this month is our shirt of the month that we are using as our conversation starter. Make waves, not war. This whole launch with being eco-friendly, this shirt is made out of recycled material. So, and I actually thought like, oh, recycled material might be kind of tough or coarse, but it's very soft
very
and still
breathable.
a very comfortable shirt. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just excited to be to hear that Only Human was going that route, and that I have some personal goals. But more so, like I said, I want to be inspired. What are you guys gonna do? go ahead and raise your hand.
We want to hear
and
it.
we'll be able to hear and share some of the ideas, and maybe we can inspire each other for what are you going to do to help make our planet a better place for our future. Anybody? Anybody? Sure.
Any ideas?
We should definitely put a towel out, ladies and gentlemen.
Told you.
All right, we got Danielle here.
All right, Danielle, what are you going to do?
This is Mandana. She's going to share with you what we're going to try to do. And plus, our snow turned into this really like cool putty.
Cool.
Just so you know.
Love it.
Oops. All right.
See, your snowballs look awesome.
Well,
You know.
I'm gonna compost a lot.
Nice.
So we already compost here at school. They do it at home as well.
Nice.
And we also have basically an entire backyard that's a garden, right? So,
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
so we use a lot of things straight from the earth right into our stomachs. So that's pretty awesome.
I love it.
cool.
Super awesome.
We got
Thank
Kevin here.
What are you gonna do to save the earth?
I don't know.
I don't know. You can keep thinking. It's okay if you don't know yet.
Yeah. The cool thing about it is we're all learning together and we can all share ideas with each other, bounce it off of each other.
But me and Daddy don't know how to make snow.
No, we're going to. I just have to go buy the stuff.
Oh, so you will have to, what you'll have to do is when you get it, take a picture and send it to us so we can see your snow.
Yeah, and then post it for us. How's that?
Is that
Yeah,
okay?
We'll
Yeah.
still see your snow. We can't wait to see it.
We got
How do you make slime?
Well, we're not making slime today.
That's a science project for another time.
Maybe a different day. Hey,
Camry.
Camry.
Hello.
What do you make?
Wait.
So cute. I was gonna say something that's really easy to do is if you look in your shower, there is so much plastic in there, like so much. So like a lot of places have places where you can either like buy bulk like shampoo and conditioner, or I have a place in my city where you can go and like it's called a refillery. So you can go and refill your products. So like shampoo and conditioner and laundry detergent, and you can just buy like some glass bottles. They're really cheap on Amazon, but you can keep refilling them instead of having to go to Target and buy like the same plastic bottle of shampoo like so many times when you could not have to waste all of it.
That's
I would
honestly
love
brilliant.
that here. That's awesome.
Especially, I don't know if you guys noticed these thick locks. She uses about a half a bottle of conditioner every time. Like our shower is a hazard because it's slippery sometimes. So that's a great idea for us.
That is. I love that idea. That's awesome.
Keeping you forever, Camry.
Bella had something that she wanted to add.
Izza, what are you
Hey,
gonna
Izza.
do?
Oh, where'd you go? Oops. 1 second, Izza. We can't hear you yet.
Yeah, it's on now.
Oh.
Tess, can you talk? No.
Oh no.
Bummer.
Well, Izza, we'll try again.
Yeah, we can try again. So write your question down if we'll forget it.
Anybody else have any ways that they're gonna try to help save the earth? Or how else is everybody celebrating Earth Day today? Anything?
Oh, we got one, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle, thank you.
There we go.
Picking up trash. Or...
It's like we can't hear anyone now.
Yeah, sorry guys. 1 second.
Yeah, we having a few technical difficulties, it would seem, but Isabella said she wants to. I almost caught the end of that. I saw that Vanessa said
Picking up trash.
take 3. What was her hashtag?
Take 3 for the
Yes, our nonprofit.
Hashtag C3 take 3 something that she said. Steph and Laura picked up trash on their walks.
Nice.
So even if you're not a huge social media person, just for what Vanessa said and what Steph just said, Nile and I have been walking around our neighborhood getting weird looks, but also we've noticed we've inspired a few people in our neighborhood. A girl who lives down the street came and picked up trash with us. So even if you're not doing it on social media, the C3 Take 3 hashtag that Vanessa's using, you can still be inspiring people just that see you doing this.
Yeah, and you don't have to wait to do it in a group. You can do it by yourself. Because again, one person started so much with Earth Day itself. So imagine what you can do. You just have to have the courage enough to do it. So yeah, definitely, I like the idea of picking up trash.
Repeat what I say because they probably can't hear me, but Danielle said they made standing gardens.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So Danielle said that is sharing that in Phoenix she made standing gardens. So
I love that.
Yeah, saves space, but also gives that the layer of gardening.
If it wants to grow vegetables, maybe they can.
Izza's gonna grow vegetables, so Izza and Danielle are gonna be doing a duo project
And
here.
Izza, that's perfect because I've been wanting to get back into gardening.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You can come over and garden with us.
You know.
She said they put a box of free oranges on the driveway to remind humans of what our
Aw.
Earth gives us.
I love that, Chrissy. And that's really fun for Wilder too.
So what Chrissy said is, I don't know if she put it in the chat to everybody, but reminding what Earth gives us, I love that.
Yeah.
Especially here in Phoenix, we have so many grapefruit, orange, and lemon trees on people's property, and putting them out there for free is such a great way to remind people that, you know, the Earth will take care of us if we take care of it.
Yeah, and I really like that, Chrissy, not just because of the fact that you're super cool giving food to people, but that's also going to help with the reduced food waste, because if you're not going to eat it and you have an orange tree and it's just sitting in your backyard, why not give it away to people instead of wasting it? So that's really cool. I love that.
Erin said Isabel is going to keep giving water to the flowers and pick
Aw.
up rubbish.
Isabella's gonna keep giving water to the flowers and pick up rubbish.
I love that.
Thank you.
That is really cool. And
Is
I
that
wanna
her
see those
daughter's name?
photos.
Aw,
Very
that's
sweet.
awesome. Yeah, anything that you guys have from today, if you wouldn't mind sending them either email, Facebook, Instagram to Only Human, we would probably cry. This will be like the 6th time I've cried today. If you guys could just send those to us so we can see it. We're inspired by you guys. I'm inspired by this one.
So yeah, tag yourself, or tag Only Human, tag me, tag whoever you want. Get the word out there. We want to see all of the cool stuff you're doing. We want to see all the trends you're going to do. And please also remember that it's not just today. We don't have to celebrate the Earth today, okay? It's broadcasted today, but this is an everyday thing. So I want you guys to make a challenge to yourself by every single day doing something new, doing something different to give back to the Earth, help your community, because it's very much needed, very much needed.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Happy Earth Day.
Oh,
yes. Sorry.
All right.
Happy Earth Day.
What are you trying to say? It's a shaving cream.
Okay, happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Bye.
And Sandra's gonna sing.